Well, welcome back for a long overdue video, how to clean your bike after a ride to ensure that you enjoy it. We all remember my overheating issues the last few videos, so I did some research. Lots of research on products, on applicators, on products to clean, on foaming sprayers. So this video is going to show you the results of my research and how it worked out for me, or how it is working out for me. So, where I live in the city, I don't have access to my own cleaning facilities, so I go to the various car washes. There is one right by where I live, but the greedy guy that owns it has switched it all over to presets and all debit, no cash. So minimum is $5 when you may only need $2 or $3 to do what you're doing and then take a break. So I chose a different car wash that lets me choose my own rates, and I'm hooking up some cameras so you guys can see how everything's going for me so far. So I've got the DJI Osmo 360, the Pocket 3, and the Osmo Nano. And there's the close-up of the culprit. The overheating issue is a solidly clogged radiator. Looks like somebody poured cement into it. So we're going to address that, and just some tips on cleaning the rest of the bike. You got to keep the thing clean, and it's always dirtier than you would anticipate. I've learned that the hard way. So where it's been a couple days since I had my ride, and the mud has been caked on, which I don't recommend you do. You should try to wash or rinse your bike right after every ride to prevent the mud from hardening and stuff. But what I'm doing here is I'm just going to pre-soak the bike and spray it all down before I apply the products, and we'll see how they work. Again, I can't stress enough how important it is to get the undercarriage. There's so much mud and dirt hidden up inside that undercarriage where you can't see it, and it's just sitting there doing damage to your bike. So I tried not to clean it with the pre-soak, just to get the mud and some of the bigger parts and chunks off of the bike. All underneath and around the shocks and suspension and the bushings and the arms and everything. And there's so many moving parts under there that you don't want dirt interfering with. So we got the bike rinsed off, and the first product I'm going to apply, because it needs time to work, is the New Bright. It's a foaming condenser oil cleaner, or coil cleaner for air conditioners and stuff. But through all my viewing on YouTube and various videos and things, I've come to realize that a lot of people use this for their radiators. So I mixed it according to instructions. 1 part of the New Bright cleaner to 3 to 4 parts water. I went just slightly over 3 parts, so I'd get the most foaming out of it. And right now I'm just spraying it with a pressure sprayer manual that I have on the stream mode instead of the mist mode, and I'm just trying to get in through the front and the back of all the little nooks and crannies in the radiator. Now I'm going to apply a foaming wash that I've been toying with. This slick wash comes highly recommended by a channel that I respect on YouTube called Project Farm. He does some intensive reviewing of products, and he's unbiased. He's really good. Project Farm on YouTube. If you need any reviews or suggestions on products, he's got a plethora of them. Anyway, the little foamer that I purchased off of Amazon surprisingly did a really good job, as you can see. Making a nice layer of foam on the bike so it can sit and dissolve the dirt and stuff. But as you can hear while I was using it, I was quite impressed. It was creating a nice foam, whether it's the product, the ratio I mixed it at, or the setting on the sprayer, I don't know. But first go around with the product was very impressive. And I'll be sure to make adjustments, and anything I find that is actual perfection I'll relay to the viewers here and stuff. So just a little close-up of how the foam was coming out, and I was getting my tires and rims as well. The Slick product, like I say, comes very highly regarded from Project Farm, and I trust his reviews. So I just did a coating on the body panels and the rims and tires and stuff. I have another concentration mixed in another spray bottle that I used for the undercarriage and underside of the bike and everything. It wasn't foaming, but it was a solution of water and the Slick wash. So there it is there. The intent with that was to try to get it to soak into all the dirt and everything that was on the undercarriage of the bike to make it easier to get off. Prior to the ride that I did to get all this mud on the bike, I did coat the bike with SC1 as well, taking a lot of suggestions. You can see the dirt and stuff coming out of the foaming cleaner, and it was a lot foamier than that. So I hit it with a second coat before I started the rinse, just to make sure that it had a chance to really take effect in there. Yeah, a lot of suggestions on YouTube and stuff on how to clean these, and the foaming AC coil wash seemed to be the most popular. Different products and everything, different applications, but these are the ones that I could get a hold of here in Canada. That's another issue with the cleaning supplies and stuff that you research for your bike. Getting the product in Canada sometimes isn't the easiest thing. I'm currently now looking at a compact pressure washer to pack on my bike to take on rides with me in case I do get overheating issues. And the pressure washer itself is about $100. And by the time I get it out the States and exchange and everything, it's going to be well over $200, which I'm not willing to spend. So these are some of the obstacles we're up against here in Canada as well. But yeah, doing the rinse now, and I'm just rinsing with water and pressure, obviously. And no matter what you do, you're just going to keep kicking up dirt. So I did the footwells and the surface of the bike and everything at the first of it. And as I was doing the undercarriage, it was still kicking water up on the bike. But overall, I didn't put a lot of elbow grease into this. This was just products that I had purchased and items through various suggestions, again on YouTube, and from discussing with people and stuff from their experiences. And this is what I've come up with, and I just wanted to try it out. No elbow grease or anything. We all know that any wash is going to be good on your bike if you're going to use a rag and a sponge and a bucket and get in there and wash it yourself. And that's what I plan to do for the majority of it, but there are times when you just want to give it a quick wipe off and everything just to get it cleaned up a bit until you have time to really put the attention to it that it requires. And don't get me wrong, taking care of an ATV is just as time consuming as finding the areas to ride it in and enjoy it. I'm learning very quickly through ownership of an ATV that there's a lot to it. Obviously there's a community, and a great community. And there's also things you have to do, just like any vehicle, for upkeep and to get your most enjoyment out of it. The more time you take cleaning and maintaining your bike, the more time you'll have on the trails to enjoy it. The less time you take cleaning it and maintaining it, obviously, it's going to be somebody else is going to have to do your repairs and maintenance, which is going to take away from your time on the trail. So just making sure I get thorough rinsing job, skid plates, the bushings, the suspension, the shocks, everything has to be. And you can see, like, when I hit a spot, some of the mud flies out the other side of the bike and everything, like it just did there. It's never ending. No matter how much you clean it, you're still gonna find little pockets of mud and things like that. You just got to be thorough. So for the most part, this took me about a half an hour to 45 minutes. Again, a lot of editing and stuff like that. There's a lot of stuff you guys just don't want to see on here. I'm just trying to rinse it off the best I can. My next project for it is mounting a rack system on the front that will hold some Milwaukee packouts. So I plan on doing that in the next day or two, and just waiting for some supplies to come in. One thing I've learned really well is no matter how much you try to support local business, most of the lazy employees in local businesses that don't want to be there will just, without even trying to help you, will just suggest go to the internet. Amazon, Amazon, Amazon. I was looking for specific fasteners for a project that I had with the bike, and I went to 7 specialty shops throughout Burnside and Halifax, and nobody had the part. I ended up ordering it off Amazon, but 5 of the 7 immediately, before trying any resolutions with me, immediately just were like very pass the buck sort of deal, and saying, oh, just go, Amazon will have it, Amazon will have it. But how is that supporting local business? How is that keeping your community in the economic loop? How are you keeping stores open for people to shop at? You need to support local business, but local business is not supporting itself, sending you to the internet. Amazon, Amazon. And then local businesses, when they have to close down, people complain that they've lost jobs and everything. When people try to support local business, but again, try to stock some product instead of sending everybody to the Amazon warehouse. So that's the end of it. I was just getting a couple pictures here for a guy on Facebook that I've been talking about the rear bumper setup with, and he wanted some photos, so I got some pictures of that. Get some close-ups here of the radiator and see how I've done. It was packed in pretty good, because around the edges you can see she's still a bit brown and everything, so I'm assuming that another cleaning is going to be required, and another cleaning is what it's going to get before I go on a ride. I'll have the time in the next few days to get in there again, and maybe I'll try a different application. Maybe I'll try putting the sprayer on a finer mist to use a little less product, but to get it to permeate the radiator a little better. Who knows? But anyway, there she is, clean, ready for the next ride. Although I do have to address that radiator to get it cleaned out a little bit better and everything. But yeah, learn from my mistakes, folks. Keep your bike clean. That's 2 rides now that I've had to slow down and have altered by overheating. So we're going to keep at this until we solve it, and we're going to keep you all informed and posted. And I can't thank you enough for tuning in and watching the channel.